That one, I think. Let's see if audio is working. All right. All right. Let's see if it's working. All right. Let's turn that off. You guys know I don't have any horses in the screen anymore. They both left. Oh, there you go. There's a horse. Lina, come on back. Big girl. Come on, Lina. There. Oh man, it's been quite a day. I don't know if you can hear it. Neighbor's been out all day long working with some kind of motorized, some or other lawnmower, chainsaw, leaf blower. It's so irritating. So I haven't had any opportunity to take any video today. Um, just, just give me one more day. I promise I'm putting together stuff about Lina. Um, mostly, with finding out some history, asking some more questions, finding out why she might do something, and then some information was offered about that. And it's nice to have. So I'm combing through some old stuff in the past that I have of her, trying to find video that gives context to the information given. Otherwise, it's just me saying a story. So, anyways, all in all, though, I have to say that, come here then. I cannot reach you that far away. You're too far. You have to come closer. She says, no way, man. I get zapped. Unlike this thing, no problem. Um, Lina has had a very good younger life. She's brought up very well, obviously, as you can see. Um, and the reason that she was given away was true. It turns out that somebody determined that because she runs off at times, that it's dangerous. A bolting horse, and it's true, a bolting horse is dangerous, but just the person who had her didn't have enough time to work on her. So let's see. There we go. Such a beautiful view today, isn't it? The sky and the evening is so nice. So just that I check, make sure phone's still working. So anyway, so what I was really encouraged by was how um, uh, the story, the few stories, I didn't get very many, but the few stories that I got of how she was trained and how she was worked with, and a few pictures here and there. I don't know if I can show some of the pictures because the lady's in them, but they're typical, just somebody riding a horse or somebody working with a horse. And there's one where she's got her granddaughter on her shoulders and she's explaining how Lina can move around and doing somewhat of the same kind of stuff, that I do. And I thought that makes a lot of sense. So it's nice to see, the past on a horse that you get that you have no idea. All these rescues or horses that you get and they're in their teens or something like that, or even older maybe, and you wonder, well, what kind of past did this horse have? Were people friendly? Does it, is it head shy? Does it love to be pet or snuggled? Does it lift up its feet? All these things. And so now I have access to that if I need. And so I've asked a bunch of questions, and so I was going to actually put it out to you guys if you have any questions before I toss out this big long story of Lina, like we're going to do with all the horses here, Luke and Roni and Gracie, although you guys mostly know Gracie's story, so maybe not. But it'd be nice to have it in one place. Each horse has its own story. And it was a good, actually, it was a good request that came in, I think, from Kathy's, wanting to know all the idiosyncrasies and the little patterns and things that you sort of pick up on and whatnot about each horse, each characteristics about them. So I thought that'd be kind of neat to do as well. That was a good idea. So it's a good suggestion. But if you guys have any questions about Lina, you can stick them in the comments or chuck them in this live stream and I'll look later. If you're wondering about anything. I had mainly health questions to ask for, a few things about training, some things. She had watched a few of the videos, so she gave me some backstory behind why Lina might do something. And her name was Penny, so I've already said that. And she had that name since she was a baby, so it's kind of interesting to think about. We changed their names, whether they care. If I say Penny, does she care? Does it matter? It's been 3 years since she's been called Penny. Yeah. Does it matter to them? Penny. Lina. No, same response. Not even a flinch. Barely a blink of an eye. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, there seems to be quite a few of you. Let's see if anybody said anything. Live chat. Oh, a whole bunch. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna look on my other phone. Maybe it'll be easier. That can be because poor Gracie here. She's been waiting very patiently. I've actually been having an awful lot of fun with her. Stay. With this scratching thing and practicing draw. There we go. Getting her to ask nicer. Hey, that's kind of rough. Don't ask like that. Pass by really close. Is she gonna touch me? No. So sometimes when you have draw, like treats or scratches or something that they really want, you can tell whether or not they're going to give you a hard time about it. I mean, if I was in there with her, she'd pretty much just push me over, I think. Well, Lina, I guess, too. Both a bunch of vagrants around here. Who you yelling at? You yelling at her? Better be her. Oh, geez. Okay, so who's here? Kathy's here. Teresa's here. Hello, Kathy and Teresa. Tammy's here. Hello, Tammy. Yes, this is my story of how I just, the neighbors are going crazy. So I couldn't take any real video today for much of anything. It's just really noisy unless I've got this little microphone on. And that helps, but I generally don't have that for stuff. And then I was out this morning, had to work. I got a little bit of news about that. I'll see if I can tell that. It's good news. And then working on the last bit on the wash station for the electrical, actually. And so that got done today. And tomorrow will hopefully be the last day on the major build part of it. After that, it'll be little things, but the last wall, the cedar siding will go on. So anyways, Kathy, yes, it's great to get background information on the children. Miss Dill Pickle, Cram and furry friends. They are furry. It's winter time, but they're getting really fuzzy. Hey, Miss Fuzzy Pants. Look, Lina left us. What are we gonna do? So, Jill, hello, Jill in New York. Jean, hey Jean. I wish I knew about my boy's history. What I do know ain't good. It's sometimes like that. Eh? You find out. Oh, what do you want? Oh, she's coming back. Where'd you go, Lina? Why'd you leave? Penny. Anyhow, yeah. Sometimes when we find out about stuff and it's no good, well, Lina's got mostly a very good history. It seems. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I put this little microphone on so that hopefully you don't hear the noise. It is really noisy. Just all day too. Either lawn mowing, leaf blowing, chainsawing, weed whacking. I don't know what they're doing now. I think it's a leaf blower again. Olives. Hey, Olives. Says hi to Lina, the runaway bride. She does look like she has a veil on her face, eh? But there's a cute baby picture, right? So adorable. Monique. Hello, Monique. Jill says, you're wearing pink Crocs. Yeah. Yeah, I am. And they're bejeweled too. The girls did them for me. Now, I'm going to get kicked in the butt when I say this. I think they were a Father's Day gift, but then I've said I think they're a birthday gift. And then I got corrected and said, how come you don't remember? So, it's one of those. Girls made them for me. They got little jewels on them and everything. Yeah. As if anybody actually cares, but except for you, Jill in New York, I shall. Oop. See, they're pretty messed up. They're old. I've been wearing them forever, but they're comfy. And I've been in boots all day, so it's break time. Short break after working. Dug a trench, put in some wiring. Yeah. Clean up poop, feed horses, play around, trim, train. What a day. Danielle's here. Oh, watch it. Better watch your head. Don't get in my way. What? No. IT, not yours. Monique, did she ever have a baby? I did ask that. I can probably say that. She has not ever had a baby, even though she looks like she's got one in her perpetually. She has not. Daniel, so popular. I'll watch your video. Then I'm curious about Lina. We're on a tornado watch, so I'm going to bed early. Ooh, tornadoes. We never get tornadoes. We don't get tornadoes. We don't get hurricanes. We don't get anything. We get windy days sometimes. Yawning behind me. Debbie's here. Hello, Debbie. Nice boots. Thanks, Andrew. They're, Lina, don't touch that yellow line. You'll leave in a hurry. Look at that. How can you avoid that? I don't know if that's going to stay. Nice boots. They're called dogs, actually. They're kind of like Crocs, but they're from a different store. They call them dogs. They actually fit better than Crocs. Moving on. Vagrants, exactly. Lina in all her glory. Yeah. Kathy says it's hot in Florida. I went to World Horse Welfare. There was a mare there. She loved scratching her tail. She would lift up for you and scratch. Yeah, the lifting up tail thing, a lot of mares will do it. I haven't seen too many geldings do it. If I sort of scratch around here, I don't know if Lina will do it. Plus, she's pretty much on the yellow line here, so I'm hoping it does not go through. She's starting to. Gracie does it immediately. Oh, of course, she's Arabian, so that makes it easy. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but I'll put her tail down, and then as I go to scratch around here, see her tail come up off to the side, and then if I do the other side, see. You guys love your butt scratches. Can't hear the noise next door, so it's working. Oh, good. How old is Lina? Oh, I've answered Lina's age question a while ago. The age that we did get was correct. And she's going to turn 13, I think it is. Wait a second, let me figure this out. 7.5. Yeah, she's going to turn 13, so she's 12. And I don't have her exact birthday, but I did ask. So if anybody else has any other questions. But we've already known Lina was around that age. Based on that, we were told she was 8 or 9. I think we were told she was 9 when we got her. She's been here for 3 years, which puts her at 12. My phone's ringing. Oh, I'll have to get that later. We shall decline answering the phone right now. It's very busy. Chit-chatting with the internet. So yeah, I think I've mentioned her age before. We're just lucky now to find out her exact age. So she was treated well. She had piles of training, mainly by the owner. And I guess the other thing I can kind of say, she's actually traveled all the way up from, oh, now I've forgotten. I think it's Virginia, or yeah. So she got hauled up from the States on a weird breeding program or something. Lina. What about Penny? Do you know Penny? Do horses even care about their names? I don't know, you and your ears. Curious if she's had any, like if this was a thing for her. Always scratch the ears. Not all horses are scritchy scratch with their ears like this. But she's really keen on it. Look at this thing. Hey, don't dig. Get out of here. No digging. Nobody cares for you right now. Come here, Lina. Give me your ear back. Don't dig. I'll get you in a minute. Not like you like your ears scratching. And you're a cool horse. So we got really lucky with Lina. Lady's not saying that she wants her back or anything like that. She's just incredibly happy that she's here. So that's nice. That feels good. Lina, don't touch that. Oh, that was close. Maybe I should turn off the electrical line right now. You guys don't need it anyways. And some tea. It's my break time tea. She says, ugh. So that's about it. I don't know if I have anything more exciting to report. Mainly the wash station, trying to get that done. And then there's a bunch of other little things. I actually have to, I'm going to completely rebuild Lina's paddock. I don't know if you guys ever want to hear about paddock maintenance and stuff like that, but you see how it's a massive mess of mats everywhere. And the reason was because Ruli was in here and really wanders around a lot, to put it mildly. And so it's a little bit destructive. So the mats were all in here, but Lina does not. And Ruli's not coming into this paddock for now. And so what I was going to do is even it all out, because I've got this massive pile of gravel right here to use. Perfect place for it, to be honest. And just haul it into here and clean everything up and strategically place mats that will accommodate for the normal movement of horses. Somebody said, why not coffee? Who is that? Why not coffee? Good question. I don't know. I felt like tea right now. I've had coffee. Actually, I had three. So I've had enough. Watch me with a colt. I've worked with a couple of babies. They're kind of fun. Look at her. Look at this thing. And that thing. Look at these two. Look at these two clowns. All right, I'm gonna get a brush. I don't want to use my fingers anymore. I'm full of horse oils and stuff. So let's get this round brush. I love these things. They're easy to use. A little dirty. Spider webs. Anyways, I don't know if you guys have any of these things wherever you live, but it's a it's a good scritchy scratch tool. Right, Lina? Start with you. If you start digging, you're in trouble. I'm there for such. Come here. I don't know. Can you guys see me? You can probably see me. Come on, back it up. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, you ready? So, what was I saying? I can't remember now. It's the butt today. Today she says scratch up there. There's a lot of sand in her though. When you do sand flies out. Oh God. Trouble. The weather's getting quite chilly. Yeesh. See, this is not the proper footwear for such activity, but that's okay. Think she'll lift her tail? I don't know. I remember what my original thought was. Other news, if I remember, I'll get back to it. My other news, I actually have. I was hoping to talk about David again until we ran out of time. Now I'm doing a live stream to say sorry. Forgive me, I promise I'm getting to these things. But I have a new piece of technical says don't give up. You guys can see equipment that lots of people have been asking to sort of improve some of the video that I can get or have been getting. And hi, Lina. So that finally came through. So I want to talk about that, but I'm going to try to talk about it a little bit more detail so it makes some sense. But a lot of good things going on, a lot of good progress. I'm getting tired, actually. I just realized that I wanted to do this and now I don't want to do it anymore. Anybody want to just teleport over here and scritchy scratch these horses? So. Are you still talking about me, says Lina? Keep looking at the golden tree in the background. I know when the sun goes down, it's going down way over there, but it's gorgeous. What? Aren't horses cool? There, I'll take my phone out of my hand. Now what do we do? She says, take the hand, put it on the butt. Keep going. Go, human. You're bad human, she says. Bad human. How much do I? Yeah. That's close. Some might say it's a very dangerous position to be in. And I talk a lot. Good girl. I talk a lot about knowing the rules, and then oh, it's going to turn into a big topic. Maybe I'll be careful here. So, say for example, you set up a set of rules that say, "Don't go behind a horse's butt. Don't stand there," right? And you say, okay, well, that's a good rule to have because horses can kick or they can whatever. Mostly I get worried about that this thing's going to come up and swipe me one across across the face, which I've had plenty of. When you're around horses enough, it tends to happen. Trying to hit a fly or something, or they don't like you, one or the other. Want you to go away. Oh, there's a squirrel in the tree. No jokes about squirrels, okay? No jokes about squirrels. It literally is this big furry rat with a bushy tail on the tree. Off he goes. Adorable. And then, so if you establish a rule working with horses or being around horses, says, okay, don't do whatever, don't wear pink Crocs and stuff. And I say to people, well, when you get really kind of comfortable or good, or maybe arrogant or overconfident, and then you go ahead and break the rule, the thing that you should be highly aware of at that point is that, and acceptant of, is that breaking the rule has the consequences that you're very well aware of. And as long as you know that you will or can have those consequences, then breaking the rule becomes more about personal preference of whether or not you keep that rule, like letting a horse scratch on you or something. Plenty of people say, don't ever let a horse scratch on you. They should never groom their body on your body without you actively going to them. And then others are like, you know, it's totally cool. No digging. You're going to be in, yeah, trouble. So anyhow, so that's sort of how that goes, where you just, well, be back here. It's okay. It's not so bad. I wouldn't do this anymore, didn't I? Okay. You get one of the feed you just all your that this worked. The one that a horse fell over. Well, what do you mean? Which device, Maria? What are you talking about? Oh, Teresa, thanks. Teresa, I have a video coming very much for all the support everybody's been given, and it's really helped. I can't stress it enough. Everything goes to everything that's going on here, and it has enhanced. I mean, even these live streams and stuff like that are happening because I bought a $180 device that makes it possible to do it properly, so that you guys can get some more horsey time with my horse. Somebody's got to show up here and do this job. Maria, come on back. Get out of Singapore. You need to come back here. Okay, moving on. Who floats their teeth? You or someone else, and how often do you do them? Debbie, I could never. I don't think I could. I would be. I would love to be able to do it. I guess I don't know enough. I know the basics. I'd probably know enough to be in trouble. Plenty. I have a very good vet, who specializes in teeth and hooves. And he actually, I've got him scheduled to come in the next little bit here, and I was going to do a video about it. I can't float teeth at all. I don't have the tools for it. I don't have the expertise. I watch intently and ask a pile of questions, but a lot of it is done through feel and experience that I can see, which came from obviously a lot of studying and knowledge of the horse's mouth. You ever gazed into a horse's, you're like, oh, you're so adorable. They appear to be gazing back, but really what they're doing is yelling at you. Get in here and scratch me. Scratch me. Scratch me. That's all she's saying. It's no. So the floating and teeth business is it's a big deal. It's really important. Which is what I'm going to talk to my vet and make sure that it's cool. But he's a really cool guy, so I'm sure he's going to say, yeah, sure, whatever. Because way before I had him come and I said, look, man, I want to put my GoPro right inside their mouth. Do you think we can do that? And we're going to take a light as well. We're going to shine a light in there and see what we can do. And he's like, it's a cool idea. Let's do it. So I'm going to see what we can do and put together something quite detailed, I think, because it's important. There are plenty of, there are a few veterinarian companies there's one, what is it called? I'll see if I can't remember, but on Facebook that I follow, and they put in they put out tons of videos and details about teeth problems that they get, extractions, floating, problems with not floating for a long time, all kinds of stuff like that. It's a lot. Teeth are, it's its own subject in and of itself, like hooves, I think. But I'm pretty sure you don't have to be a vet to do it here. But you better be good. Let's put it that way. So it's a good question. It's a good question, Debbie. I'll cover that soon because I got to get all 4 of my horses done. You know, if you go backwards, you'd be in big trouble. I think. The electrical system's been kind of funny around here. I'm not, why? Hey, thank you. Good girl. It's good. Thanks. Thanks when they do something nice. You look like you need a trim. How do you get this way so fast? Why do your feet grow so quickly? Why do you need a trim already? I feel like I just trimmed you. Hmm. Oh well. Anyways, I'm way back on comments, I think. 516, it's 523. Here's the spot. And Lina did that really well. What, pushed into my back? Squirrels are off limits. Ha ha. It's true. Everybody's making the squirrel joke because I get distracted. Ooh, I do want to talk about at some point um, teaching a horse to, or inadvertently teaching a horse to move your feet and where it can lead to. I had a great example, and then I thought, well, how can I replicate that example? And so I had to think about it, and I think that I can replicate the example with my own horses, which I kind of do with Lina, but I think Lina's too tame to do it with. So I think I'd have better luck with Luke, probably for this particular example. So we'll see if we can get that. Maureen, for Scratchy Assistant Coffee, you know, oh, I see, Maria, you're saying. Got it. Horse loved it so much it fell over. I've had horses sort of fall over, or at least stumble down to their knees sometimes, falling asleep when I'm just kind of doing something. That might be more of it, but I don't know about falling over from anything else. It could use a brush with her, I think. I don't know. Have I ever used a brush with you? Almost never. Maureen, thank you very much again. For everybody, for all the support, it counts. God, I really wanted to do something today, but I just couldn't get good audio around here. This is way too much going on. That neighbor, this neighbor, and so I thought, oh, geez, I'll just do it tomorrow. I was working hard anyways, but it matters. It counts. It means something. It's very important. It has really enhanced the things that I can, whether it comes to sort of working with Gracie's feet for the medical stuff in general, for bandages, technical stuff to make these things, these videos and streams and stuff better quality, better sound. The microphone system alone was, I can't remember what I paid for it, but you know, it's been and then YouTube does ads, as you guys are probably aware when you watch videos, there's ads on them. And those pay for some of the things. I've got some more stuff that I want to show that I picked up at this event that we went to. We went to this thing called the Main Event. If you guys are watching on Facebook or Instagram at all, you would have seen a picture of Haley with Lina messing around with the lays that these fluffy things we pick up from the dollar store kind of thing, and do kids games. And so she had used them, and then she'd chucked them all on Lina's ears. If you haven't seen that, go check it out on Instagram or Facebook or both. I think it's on both, because you publish it to one and it goes to both, because Facebook owns both of them. Anyways, and it's an adorable picture of Lina with all these colorful things hanging off of her ears. And anyway, so yes, so thank you. And that's another thing, when I have to go buy like little things to do stuff like that with and everything, it's all for the horses around here. And there's some ideas that we've been chucking around, and a partnership that I've created that I actually can't wait to tell you guys about, but I want to do it properly again. So it's a pile of stuff literally just sitting off to the side, waiting for me to chuck up onto the internet. So Kimmy's here. Hi, Kimmy. And who else? Susan's here. She says the big white butt was facing you. Yeah, anyway, so these things are great. I'll give her a little bit more of a scratch. I'm gonna get on with things pretty quick. Somebody's got a fire going. It's smoky. Where's the fire? And it saves on my fingers, or anybody else that wants to show up and scratch these monsters. Hi, Leah. Are you all done? All right, all done. You're not done. Maria, you got to come back. I don't know if anybody knows, I think I said it. Maria was here for a bit and a day or two, and I think spent a good half day scratching everybody. Didn't she? Ah, I never do that. I only got maybe 5 minutes for you, and then I got to run off to my next task. Hey, horses are so cool. Anyways, just getting on with. Oh, Kathy, thank you. You guys, let's not get on a roll here. I try to get the Lenas Story. Thank you, Kathy. I don't mean to. Let's not get on rolls, and don't. Again, thank you. I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it, and it's going to. It's going to show pretty soon. I've got a really cool. Just another teaser video, I guess, isn't it? Like, what is it? What is it? But it'd be cool to show you. So just trust me. Let's see. Yes, Lena's story will be the first video to do. That in between that and another one, another short one. That I might do them on the same day, and then there'll be 2 videos in one day. Tomorrow, I've got one appointment tomorrow, and then finishing up the wash station is the other task for Scherzies, and I feel like there's one more thing. I don't know. It's Halloween tonight, so stop doing that. Go away. Not allowed to be around me if you're going to do that. Somebody, I get this question almost weekly. I had it just the other day. I went to a new client and take off. Yeah, I mean it. Somebody said, how do you get your horse to stop pawing? The horse was tied at the time. And I said, well, no. Stay over there. Don't bother asking. You have to be good. Get quieter. I don't even know how to explain what I'm doing right now. Maybe it's not worth it. But asked, well, a horse is pawing while being tied up. I said, well, you know, and she'd already recognized her horse is kind of bored. And I said, well, you know, kind of bored. Well, how do you stop it? I want my horse just to stand there tied. I said, and to be patient. I said, well, you know, you can, right now. So Gracie was sort of pawing a little and making a mess of things and talking to me. She figures I'm not listening, so she make a little more noise. Because horses are talking all the time. Lina's talking right now. How noisy is this set of ears, right? See, now I just have to look at her. You gonna come up nice? Good girl. It's better. No more scritchy scratches unless you stop doing that. The kids, eh? Just gotta behave. And the concept was relatively simple, I guess, in a way, but just give them something to do. And in this case, it's like, hey, go somewhere else. There's your something to do. You need something to do. You want some attention. Your attention is take off, go somewhere else. And she'd come up next time quieter. Be like Lina. Lina's a great example of how you should be. A little bit noisy ears, but you know. Hey, Lina, you got a little bit eye group there. We should probably clean that up a bit. And if you guys can see that, it's a piece of straw sticking out of her mouth. How do you guys not even know that it's a piece of straw sticking out of your mouth? Okay. Let's see. Lina's back in line. So yes, Lena's story. Kids are at the door. Halloween for you. First time donating? Well, thank you, Kathy. Don't worry about it. First time is good time. It's any time. There's a scratching of a 17-hour flight. Leona's here. Hello, Leona from Vancouver. You're in Vancouver. We're in Vancouver. David's not here. How weird. He must be walking pike or something. 17-hour flight. Yeah, I guess it is, eh? So come on back. Hurry up. They all need it. Anyway, so the pawing thing, it's I wouldn't say that I'd be too frustrated by it personally. It's sort of the way I explain it. I say I like the idea of them thinking that they can communicate with you, because if they thought that they can communicate with you, that means some way somehow you've taught them that you will respond to something they will do. Now, if you're thinking, well, I don't want them to paw, that sucks because they dig holes and there's whatnot. Well, then you just send them off. And then when they come up next time and you're sort of half pay attention and they use their ears or they shake their head a little bit, then you can respond to that maybe. And it won't lead to the pawing till sooner or later they just don't paw anymore, hopefully. And I don't know, like anything, sometimes you just have to stay on top of it and maintain it. It's getting darker. So anyhow, what wants to eat or pay attention. So that's what it is, Teresa. It's literally, it's the most simplest way to put it is that they're trying to talk, and stamping their feet or pawing a little, or sometimes Gracie, if she's locked in her when she was locked in her shelter for hoof stuff, she would knock on the wood as I'd come by, or I'd be over here doing something. She'd like tap 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 tap, and I'd look up and she'd stop. And so she had trained me to respond very well to it. And probably got something positive about me. I would expect, what do you want? And I'd go over and give her a scritchy scratch. But you can really get these horses to communicate in all kinds of ways, just coming up to me. Or Lina takes her nose and she puts it on my arm and pushes my hand around or something like that. It's adorable. She's the best. Morse code. Yeah, exactly. Negative reinforcement is still reinforcement. True. Every time you push Gracie away, she'll give you a head toss. I know. She's a bad horse. What should we do with her? It's funny. Some horses shake their head like that and others don't. Hi, Lina. You're really reaching all the way over the fence now. You're getting, oh, you're so warm. My hands are cold. She says, your hands are cold. Get off. Take that. And that. I'm always messing with her forelock. So the pawing or tapping or stomping or scraping or something to do with their feet, they're just trying to talk to you. And it reminded me of a story which I'll retell. But I was working at I used to be in tech, so I was in the tech department of Citibank when I lived in Japan. And the Lina, is there something I can help you with? Huh? What? Do you need would you like to hold the brush yourself? She says, ugh, no. Everything matters. All these little movements. She's twitching her mouth a little. Her nose is twitching more. It all matters. Eyes are a little softer, a little lower. Even like they're almost halfway. Oh, you almost fell asleep on yourself. Yeah. You thought, not on this fence. So anyway, so I worked in the tech department, but I was the head of a small team, and we were working on some large project for the bank for some learning thing. Ironic that I've been perpetually working on learning things. But anyway, so one of the people under me complained to my manager, said she didn't like the way that I was trying to deal with a problem, and so I was kind of troubled by that. I thought, oh, what are you complaining about? This is the best way to do it. Obviously, I thought it was the best way to do it, and I sort of complained that this person was complaining when they didn't have the experience that I had the experience, and so he says, you know what? He says, look at it this way though. At least they're complaining about you. He says, the day they stop communicating about you or to you, you've got a problem. And so Uh-oh. Yeah, why'd you get so worried for a second there? So the idea being that I apply the same thing with horses. If they feel like they can talk to me, so if I walk down the way and they call out or, you know, whatever they do, and they're trying to get my attention, I don't want to be near you when you get zapped. Then you can acknowledge it to let them know that you hear them, that their talking matters. But you don't have to give them what they want. Now, the funny thing is it, well, you give them what they want because you pay attention to them, but not likely, you know. Just noticed one of the boards is off. I'll have to fix that later. Not likely, because they're probably going to want some food or scratches or to be let out or something along those lines. So if you go over and you give a little bit of negative reinforcement, it is still attention. So negative reinforcement is still reinforcement. True. But you then have the opportunity to ask them to communicate a little differently and then give them what they want. And with consistency, I believe that what we refer to as negative behaviors will fade and what works will increase, because we rely on that for training anyways. Don't go back so far, Lina. You got 2 inches left. So when do you decide to electrify fences? Does it depend on the horse? Lina is an escape artist. Actually, it's not the escape artists that I think about. It's the ones that lean on the fence and stretch it and cause the posts to lean over and stuff like that. My vet came a couple of years back and I didn't have any electric wire on anything. He says, you should electrify your fence, you know. He says, you don't want horses leaning on fences. You don't want them getting on these fences. He's seen a couple, I mean, he's a vet, so he gets to see a lot of stuff. And he says, I've seen a few wrecks where horses get their feet on this kind of wire. And he says, I get that it breaks. I get that it stretches and stuff like that. But it takes quite a bit sometimes. And if you don't get quite the right angle or it stays strong, they can really kind of get bound up. He says, it's just better to keep them off the fence. No harm with putting an electric line up. Because you don't want them thinking they should be playing with fences anyways. It is probably the most common, that with gates obviously, most common reason horses do get out and then accidents happen or problems happen and whatnot. So when did I do it? I did it over a year ago for sure. Yeah. So now they don't, I mean, Luke was the worst. He'd be all over the fences, pushing them and leaning on them and stretching them, and it moves the posts. Because this line can hold, every line can hold about 700 pounds. So it's a lot. D.D. David, so true. Have to wait for opportunities to positively reinforce good behavior and allow bad to be extinguished by being ignored, especially true of a barking dog, for example. Oh, hey, Carla. Yeah, dogs and horses are kind of similar, kind of different. Yeah. Carla says she's late. You're late, Carla. What's going on around here? Just kidding. Yeah, and it's getting dark. The sun's steadily going down. It's actually getting chillier. I'll show you guys this way. And I mean, it's still got some light to it and whatnot, but yeah, we're running out of daylight. Everybody's good. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. It's probably going to be a little bit washed out sort of thing on the live stream. If I hold steady, it might be okay. But Roni's down there. He's doing fine. Sky's fine. Ruli's fine. Piggy's eating obviously right now. And Gracie's got some food left. These two are done, so I took their hay bags away, but I gotta top everybody up before I finish for the evening. And I think I might finish for the evening and then get everybody fed. What else have I got to do? Clean up. And it's Halloween, so I don't think any kids are gonna come here, but I'll keep an eye on that. The picture is so sharp today, even when getting darker. I am using the new phone, and of course the device, the internet actually is working better. I've been continuously trying to work on that because I'm so tired of having a bad stream for you guys, because it doesn't mean anything. You can't see anything. Along with the audio works. So there's definitely some work and expense being kind of. Love the pink shoes. Thanks, Carla. You're the third person that said that today. Actually, I don't think anybody else said that they like them. They just asked if I'm wearing them. Yes. Relax, that's what I need to do. Well, yeah, that'd be nice. But not for a few days yet. Let's see, maybe Monday. That's a lot. It's good though. I mean, some people say, oh, don't you want to just kind of TD? I had one lady ask me, don't you ever get tired of what you're doing? And I said, well, I mean, tired physically is a lot of work and stuff like that. And sometimes you kind of think, oh, actually, David asked me, he says, what do you do when you feel kind of overwhelmed by the amount of things you have to do? And I sort of say, well, you just take a breather. I don't have any problems with saying, oh gosh, I've had kind of enough. I'm going to sit down and have a coffee or tea or snack or something like, or as you guys have seen plenty of times, I take Zeus and we leave, go for a walk. And just take a breather. One of the things that I actually find really works for me is to sort of put all of the ideas that are in my head into sort of boxes in my head. I sort of think, okay, I've got to do this, 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 this. And instead of thinking about them all at once, I kind of put them away a little bit, close that up, and then I just work on one. I think, okay, I'm going to get to a point where I feel pretty good. Okay, so say for example, the wash station. I think in my head today, actually, I did feel like, I don't want to do this. It's a lot. I've still got to do that, and I said, okay, I'm going to take all these other items like Lina's paddock. Hopefully that gets done tomorrow. That's the third day that I put it off. But I put it in a box. I say, I know what I want to do. I want to move those. I want to move those. I got to bring in that. I'm going to use the gator. I'm going to fix that post. I'm going to tie that off better. I'm going to make sure the screws are good. And then I think, okay, I've got it all figured out. Close out the box, put it off to the side. That's good. I'll deal with that when I deal with that. Pull that box out when I need it. And so same thing with, say, for example, the arena. The arena, I've got to, the sand is washing down with the rain. It's been very dry. Sand is a lot drier now. I need to dig up the back corners, draw them up, put them in the low spots, put it in a box, put it over there. You see? Weeding, there's piles of weedings. I mean, I don't have to look far to figure out some of the things that I want to do. I got to organize that area over there. I know what I want to do. I want to put this here. I'm going to stack it there. I'm going to make some shells, put it in a box, put it over there. And prioritize them. There might be some numbers on those boxes. I don't know if that helps anybody. If you've got some of your own thoughts. David was wondering, I think, because he's got a few things that he wants to deal with. Maybe he's just wondering how on earth I do everything I do. But sooner or later, you get really used to that process of just compartmentalizing all these little things that you kind of have to do, and you think, no problem. And then when you take out that box, and you're like, okay, open it up, got to do this, 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 and then you get it done, and you get to like chuck the box away. Well, that just feels good. Everything sort of lifts up and you're like, cool, next box. And then pretty soon you've built a place. Make sense? So, Leona, thank you. Wow, I just saw these things come through. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Again, I don't know if you were here when I said before, but I actually have some information coming. I'm gonna do a video along the Lenas Story and stuff like that. But I want to thank everybody. I don't think I could do how I feel justice here right now. I got some things that I want to show, some ideas that I want to present for you guys, for this channel, for education, for horses. But I'll water it down. But I want to say thank you very much. What's the matter with you? Must be something over there. She's moving. She's moving. Oh, it's a squirrel. There's a squirrel. Oh, you guys are never going to be able to see it. No, he's gone. You see him? He's over in the tree up there. Nah, you're never going to see it. He's over there now. It's gone down. Poor Gracie. She says, I hate squirrels. Little furry rodents. They are furry rodents. You okay there? Do you need a hug? You okay? That was scary. That squirrel almost ate you alive, didn't it? She says, yeah, well, can you just scritchy scratch? Sure, why not? Anyway, so you're good? So thank you, Leona. I appreciate that. And everybody on this live stream. You guys have been great. It's amazing. What do I have up my sleeve about what, maybe? I'm not sure when you asked that, what I referred to. I'm worried about the mountains of snow that will possibly block your path next to the arena. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, you're right. Last year, because that thing was put up in November, late November. Anyways, it snowed and snowed quite a bit. And all of the snow that fell off of there, if you guys remember doing live streams in there, training horses, getting them used to the snow falling off, when it all falls down the side, it just builds up in there. So I've actually been thinking I may invest in a snowblower, but the problem with the snowblower is it blows it sideways. And so that's not going to help. Oh, hello, big girl. How can I help you today? Yes. Yeah. Got it. Understood. What's that you say? Hello to the internet. She says hello. What's that? Scratch. Okay. Well, bring it over. Just kidding. Okay, next. Hello, phone. Come on. There we go. Yes. So the snows. I hope it doesn't snow. I think that I don't know how reliable this is, but I think I've heard that the winter was supposed to be kind of warm this year here in the west coast of Canada, which means hopefully less snow. What's that? Oh, I see. No, I don't know what to do about that. No. Okay, you good? So, oh, Rebecca's here from Las Vegas. Hello, Rebecca. Jill, I put things in boxes when I'm trying to go to sleep. Frees up my mind of worry and I can sleep. I don't know how because I usually just kind of get tired enough that when I go to bed, I fall asleep. But when I do a pile of thinking at bedtime, I definitely have to come to some conclusive decisions or thoughts. And then I sort of put my mind at rest. I don't know if I'm able to chuck things in boxes as well as I can during the day. Oh, the squirrel's getting fat and fluffy for the hibernation. Yeah, sort of. There are a lot of them. A lot of. They stash those chestnuts everywhere in the sand, especially in the back arena because the sand is still soft. The top arena is a lot harder, more packed down. So in the first year that I was here, when I did all that sand, it was super soft and fluffy and everything in there. And I'd go to Harrow, and those chestnuts would just be everywhere. What's that? I know. I didn't like it either. You'd step on them. They're hurt, right? Yeah, they're prickly little things. I know. Yeah. Didn't one of you guys, I think Lina ate one. I think David told me Lina ate one. I thought, how did you even eat that? Monique's back from Halloween stuff. You have a horse now, you need to get the plow. I have been considering getting a harness that I could attach a bunch of different things to, not just a plow. Maybe not a plow, but I don't know, maybe a plow. But I want to see about driving and pulling. Something's kind of gone through my mind. Do you not get many squirrels? Ohio is chock full. They eat through wires, sometimes causing power outages. Our squirrels tend not to munch on power, we haven't found. They're just everywhere. Yeah. But we have a lot of food. The forest is full of nut trees and seeds and stuff like that. Pine cones and all kinds of good stuff like that. So, have you seen or heard from Duke's folks? Susan, I haven't talked to them in a little bit, but they get a hold of me once in a while about other random things. Duke's doing great. Nothing Nothing really to report. Supposedly they're thinking of sending him up country a little bit to pack some stuff around. So, but he's still a bit young. We have to keep in mind that he's young. They're very conscientious concerning the age of horses with weight on top, whether it's a human or things. But to head up north and sort of be with a bunch of pack horses and stuff, even if he just got ponied around, I did pony him a little bit on trails and out here in the arena, and he was wonderful. He'd follow along like a good, faithful soul. And so that was fantastic. I think he'd do really well, but I think they're going to take their time because he's just little yet, and he's a little horse. He's not a very big horse. You guys will never see, but the moon is really cool. It's just a sliver at the moment. It's coming in, but maybe you guys can check the sky wherever you're at. We have beautiful blue skies, clear skies. Kimmy says she loves watching horses play in the snow. Me too. We've done piles of stuff in the snow, including snowboarding. I had Luke yank me around. Of course, then he just kind of spun me around in a big circle, and then centrifugal force sent me to the ground, so that didn't go all well. Hello, Jennifer. Are you getting new boarders soon? No, maybe. Not that I know of. Possible 2, 3. I get a lot of questions, a lot of people that ask. But for new horses, I'm fine with staying steady at what we're at now, 7 or 8. There is a chance that there are a couple, yeah, but nothing concrete. So, oops, I think that's probably about it. Oh wait, maybe I missed one. That is the best strategy so you can actually get things done. Otherwise, things can be overwhelming and paralyzed. Not sure how to teach that, but it works, obviously. It's true. I have a friend who actually gets paralyzed by indecision of what to do. And he and it could be something simple like making something. And, maybe he had to redo or build a shed or something like that. And the ways to do it can sometimes be, there are many different ways to do it. What's the best way to do it? Should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? And that paralyzation of indecision can sometimes, it holds me back as well. I think, oh man, I really want to do this the right way. And then you think, well, this will probably do. Mostly the right way. So yeah. And then, of course, if you do feel overwhelmed, it can be quite paralyzing. It's very normal. For anybody who feels anxiety through having too many things to do, it's totally normal. Just got to do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Teresa says, the spots on my horse looks like gray hair. I still need to get a picture for you. He's about 14. Yeah, if it's gray, it's interesting. White is sort of a loss of pigmentation. You'd think that there was some damage or something there, but I was interested in that. I'm wondering if the skin underneath is a different color. I don't know if you can tell. You'd have to shave it, I suppose. Maybe look really close. I like seeing them get the brain freeze from eating the snow. Kimmy, I don't know if you ever saw did you ever see the videos that we had where the horses would eat the snow and then they'd yawn a lot? I don't know if you were part of that conversation. Hope you and everyone else has a great night. Bye. Like button punch. Thanks, Carla. Yeah, I gotta get on with things as well. It's cold. Okay, I'm feeding horses. I've probably talked plenty. But yeah, Kimmy, if you haven't seen that, I'll see if I can. I don't know if I'll figure it out. But anyways, we had the horses in the snow and they would eat the snow off of the bridge, mostly. And partway through, they'd start to yawn. And we were all wondering whether or not it was them getting brain freeze, the equivalent of brain freeze. And then I asked my vet, do horses get brain freeze? And he said he didn't know. So I don't know how you'd be able to study that. I mean, what would you even do to determine that? Getting brain freeze hurts. So I don't yawn when I get brain freeze. I just, make a funny face and Crystal, hello. Anyways, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I forgive me for not getting Lina's video out. I will, I promise. It's coming. You are so interesting. She's very interesting. She's had a good past. Reiterate that. Do you see if the horses all lay at night? The horses rarely lay down at night. I do love the pics of Zeus in the snow. Yeah, he's really cool in the snow. Good video of him. I come out in the evening later, sometimes just before bed, or I'll definitely check out. What are you bumping me for? Huh? And I'll take a look, and it is unusual to see them laying down. Once in a while, though, yes, but usually not. Usually it's a daytime thing for these guys. But I wouldn't really know. I mean, if they did it any time between 1 o'clock and 7 in the morning, definitely, those are definitely times I'm sleeping. So unless there's something going on and I can hear something, I usually don't look out. Don't get up and just happen to look out. So I'm not sure, but I doubt it. So, okay, that's it for now. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for popping in. Great questions. Lena's story's coming soon. Yeah. And the other three things. Yeah, 3 things. Hey, Lina, my hands are cold. Can you warm them up a little? Horses are great for warming up. You put your hands underneath their mane and it's just tip top. It's amazing. Okay, everybody, have yourselves a good, look at this thing. She's so adorable. A good wherever you're at in your day. For me, it's evening. Oh, one more question. 2 more questions. No problem. Would they not be more aware of predators at night? No, I don't think so. I think they might be more. It would be easier for them to hear predators because there's less traffic. But these horses are hyper aware. You saw Gracie pop out just because there was a squirrel above her shelter. So I don't know. I don't think so. Can you use your new hoof stall for washing horses too? Yes, almost. I just need to do one more thing for where the lights are, and I'm going to cover them up with a piece of acrylic so I can be sure that no water kind of drips into there. And then the next thing to do, actually, is another thing that I wanted to mention in another video, but I got to figure out how to put in, oh, the fireworks have started. Put in hot and cold. Do I see the moon? Yeah, the moon is, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, right there. So that's our sliver of a moon. So way over there. Okay, Lina's left me. It's time to go in or warm up a little, and then I don't know where I put my cup. Sometimes I travel around this property and I just pick up my cups from all over the place. One time I came in with 6. Okay, yeah, so it is almost ready. Just want to do a little bit of waterproofing for the lights areas, even though they're waterproof anyways, but I don't want water getting behind into there. So I'm going to cover those up. And then hot and cold, hopefully, a hose that can get in there easily from up high and so on and so forth. That's it. Thanks, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, or morning, or afternoon, or evening, or dinner. Ooh, speaking of dinner. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna go. Bye.